about you. A giant with arms 6 miles long. She is in terrible danger.
Don't move. Just lie still.
Oh, I see the love light in your
And
eyes.
how is the power of literature for you?
Oh, literature is the most powerful thing as far as I'm concerned. The problem is people don't read like they used to read. And that's why I make movies about books. Maybe I can encourage people to read Don Quixote again, because people know the idea of Don Quixote, but they don't read the book. And the book's extraordinary. And I think is it the 4th film I've done based on a book, because I just try to remind people literature is so important, and it's much more interesting than social media. And it's even more interesting than films, I think, because you have a direct relationship with one person, the writer, and that's fantastic.
But at the same time, it's not just literature. I mean, the cinema keeps all the arts,
That's true.
all the possibilities,
Yeah.
and sometimes even the dreams. Many of your movies has lies and dreams. For example, Munchausen or Dr. Parnassus.
Yeah. Because almost all of my films are about imagination and reality and the tension between the two things. Because as far as I'm concerned, you need both in life. You need your dreams, you need to imagine a better world or a more interesting world, but you also need to be aware reality is there, and then learn to deal with the two things. And that is really one of the important things about Quixote. It's the iconic version of the dreamer, the madman, and the realist. And everybody, I think, has a Don Quixote and a Sancho Panza inside them. And I like sort of reminding people of that.
Fernandez of Spain, and in the outside lane, Foreman of Brazil.
But you, in your films, you have at the same time a lot of humor.
Always.
But sarcastic too.
Yeah.
The word sarcastic came from Greek. It means something like that, butcher.
That's fantastic. That's great, because that's absolutely right. Sarcasm, satire, these things sort of reveal the truth of stuff. The skin is the false part in many ways. You pull the skin off and see what's really inside. And that's what humor, for me, is really about. And I've always felt the things that are really important in life, the really serious things, are the things you've got to deal with humor. And it's a way of testing how important they are. If they survive your sarcasm or your humor, then they are important. If they collapse because you're making jokes about them, then they weren't worth believing in anyway.
The wrinkles and the worry lines, right up into the wig, into the hairline. Now the template. There, now a bit of sticky. So. And already she's twice as beautiful as she was before. Voila!
And last time I remember that you was very interested about the muralism, Mexican muralism. How is the power of a paint for you as a creative man?
I mean, every time I make a movie, I usually find a painting or a couple paintings that become kind of the focus of what we're doing. Goya was one of them for Quixote. The other is on Gustave Doré. And those images, I really are in my head the whole time, and I'm trying to recreate them in a real world, which is almost impossible. But they become at least a guide as I work through things. I mean, Goya is wonderful because he's very dark, but he's also very humorous. It's all there. And Doré, his drawings are just so exquisite. They've almost become the images for Quixote for me and for many people. We just went around the Cervantes Museum yesterday, and all these paintings of Quixote. It's interesting in Mexico how so many of them kind of take Quixote and make him Christ. He's almost a Christ-like figure. I don't think he's a Christ-like figure. He's a dreamer, a man who believes the world is more noble, and he's a symbol of failure. He fails all the time, but his strength is that he gets back up again. Maybe that's the connection with Christ. He doesn't redeem us, but he resurrects himself all the time. More times than Christ did, is all I can say.
Thank you very much for your time, Terry. It's a pleasure to see you again.
Thank you.
And I hope that very soon see another movie of you.
Me too. We are in agreement. So let's shake on it. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thanks.